Anderson, South Carolina, and I'm a developer here in Anderson. We develop in Greenville and Anderson, and I'm an entrepreneur. I have several different businesses. One of my business is my son's business is Thom Craft grading. We got into the grading business because I was a developer, and he loves machinery and big equipment, so we got into that. He's small. He's been in it about 3 years. He only owns probably about 25, 26 pieces of equipment. He's growing, probably has 17 employees. But we do work around different areas. We're moving more toward Greenville, Spartanburg now. We do a lot of developments. We do big developments, half a million yards of dirt, 200,000 yards of dirt. We do small jobs. We go to restaurants. We do schools, work with contractors. And we're in different types of situations. So when we're working, we have to have production. In other words, we got to have stuff moving. And when we go down, that means we lost production. So if we're down a truck, we're losing money. So the big thing about Ned, which I like, is one phone call, they answer within minutes. They tell us when they can be there, and literally they show up the same day. We got into this business and we started purchasing used equipment. We were very small. Since Denver has gotten bigger into the business, we've been buying bigger pieces of equipment, machinery. One of the main things we look at when we buy equipment is how the equipment runs, how our employees like the equipment, and service of the company. That is one of the main things we look at now. If you don't get the service out of the equipment, then you're just wasting your money. So service is one of the main things that we look at when we buy a piece of equipment. I met a salesman named Michael, and introduced me to a truck, a bell truck, which we're familiar with Cat trucks. And Cat's a good truck, but we tried out a bell truck. And one of the main things I liked about the bell truck right off the start was the automatic greaser. A lot of times we've learned a big lesson: if you don't service your equipment, it's very expensive. That self-greaser hits all the points, and so you don't have to rely on a man to go around and hit 47 different points. That's one thing I like about the bell truck. The bell trucks, we start off with one, and I wanted to get the bell truck in my fleet. And then we started off with another bell truck. Then I said, this truck is such a good truck, I thought about getting into the rental business. So into the rental business, we started buying another truck. So we got into that, started renting it out, which the bell truck rental business is, these guys rent a lot more trucks than I do, but people like the trucks. One of the big reasons they like that truck, there are two reasons. Number one is that self-greasers are really good, and the other thing is the tip safe, they call it. When it comes to operators, you can put somebody in there, and if they haven't been in a truck for a long time and they're new to it, and they get on an incline, they can tip the truck over. And that's what a couple times has happened to us. Now this tip safe that they have on the bell truck, since we've had it, 0 issues have ever happened with tipping a truck. None, not at all. And that is so crucial, because not only if you tip the truck, it's going to cost you a bunch of money to get the truck fixed, but the other thing is safety. It could kill somebody. And that is so important to me as a business owner, and to my son, is safety. That's the number one thing, is safety. The number two is I've had a truck tip over, and it was pretty bad. Nobody got hurt, but the damage on the truck was pretty big. They have an app, Fleetmatics, and that comes emailed to me every day. It can tell me my payloads, fuel capacity, everything about that truck. That is crucial. My guys can look at it, my son can study it, he can go over with his operators. and he can determine, and they can talk about what they're doing and what they're not doing. Somebody sends that to me every day. That gives me everything I need in my truck. There's one app in there where I can locate my trucks at any time I don't want to. I can tell how many hours are on my truck. I can tell where it's located and when the maintenance is due. That's what I like about that app. It'll tell you your maintenance, when is it due, 500 hours. It can go in there and tell you if your battery is low, and when your truck is due to service. So all I do is call up Caleb or call up Jason, call up Ken and say, hey, now my truck's ready for service. Where my other trucks, I gotta rely on a person to keep up with it. This app keeps up with it for me. Our company, TD Craft Grading, is mainly my son. He's worked very hard and got to where he's at now. It's tdcraftgrading.com, telephone number 864-940-4130. It's out of Anderson, South Carolina. We do commercial, residential grading, work with a lot of different contractors. He also subs out a lot. So if you'd like to get in touch with us, we would appreciate the business and the opportunity. Very honest people, and we do good work. And we also do very good service, as good as Ned. That's one of our main things is service. If you don't give people good service, you don't get good results.